Welcome back to another episode of Goat-Worthy Reactions, where we mainly like to focus on the goats on this channel. And today we're dealing with a perfect circle. Shout out to the boy Maynard James Keenan. With this is gonna be Judith, man. We're continuing the storyline. We started with Jimmy, right? Because we're currently on the 10,000 Days album reaction tour as of right now on the Patreon. Sign up for the Patreon, sign up for free, join the Tool Army, get in the chat room with us and hang out. And if you see something you like, you think about upgrading, come join the family, man. We're here all day, man. You can communicate with me, you can communicate with other Tool members. But right now we're doing the 10,000 Days album. We're taking a little detour. We did Jimmy, and now we're doing Judith. And we needed to do these before we got into Wings for Marie parts 1 and 2. So let's continue with this one, man. This is Judith. I know the name of his mother was Judith, and his name is Jimmy. So I see the connection there. I know this revolves around his mother passing. 10,000 days. I think some of you guys told me in the comment section she was sick or paralyzed for 10,000 days before she died. So I love the symbolism in his music. I love how true and real and raw it is. So let's not waste some more time. Let's get into this one, man. Judith. Already a much different sound than Tool. Already it just drastically different sound. I like that. Let's go, baby, let's go.
You're such an inspiration for the ways that I will never ever choose to be. Oh, so many ways for me to show you how your Savior has abandoned you. Fuck your God, Lord, your Christ. Even better, you had him. So you pray, never stray, never take no nothing, never thought to question
Wow.
why.
Wow.
It's not like you killed someone. It's not like you drove a hateful spirit to
Yeah.
the side.
Yeah.
Pray for one who left you broken down and paralyzed. He did it all for you. So many ways to me to show you how your dog had.
I gotta let that one breathe a little bit, man. Okay, these lyrics are something different right here. Okay, so I guess this is the side of Maynard everybody was trying to warn me about, right? I got your message. Oh man, you're such an inspiration for the ways that I will never choose to be. Oh, so many ways for me to show you how your Savior has abandoned you. F your God, your Lord, and your Christ. He did this, took all of you and left you this way. Still you pray. You never stray, never taste of the fruit, never thought to question why. So he's explaining his mother's thought process and how strong her faith was in Christ. Interesting that he would actually implement that in there. It's a very important key right there. It's not like you killed someone. I really like the way he was singing this. It's not like you killed someone, right? It's not like you drove a hateful spear into his side, like what they did to Christ. He's talking about the crucifixion. Praise the one who left you broken down and paralyzed. Wow. He did it all for you. He did it all for you. Wow, man, that's I'm gasping because I want to treat this with care, right? Because if I'm being honest with you, there's actually a lot of relatability here. Yeah, there's a lot of relatability, and I think everything he's saying is absolutely valid. Yeah, as a Christian, I'm saying what he's saying right now is absolutely not only valid, It's more than understandable. It's actually, I think, predictable, and I think it's practical, and I think it's natural. Yeah, I think these thoughts are very natural. I'm gonna be honest. I understand this now, not the exact situation, but the emotion behind it. That frustration, that anger, that moment where you're watching someone like him. He's watching his mother, who he loves, suffer, and he's asking, "How could a loving God allow this?" That's not a. That's not rebellion nature. That's that's just for the sake of being rebellious. That's not what that is. That's very surface level. If you think that, that's really just pain trying to make sense of something that it can't explain at the end of the day, right? And what stands out to me though is he's not denying God's existence, right? He's questioning his character. He's saying, if God is this God that you believe in, if he's this God, not if he's God, not if he exists, but if he is this God, then why would he allow this, right? Still you pray. He said, you never stray, never thought to question why. I love that because he's honoring his mother. At the same time, he is approaching God with his opinions, his thoughts, and he's screaming, right? And then he says, praise the one who left you broken down and paralyzed. Now it gets personal, right? It gets personal because now it's not just God, it's his mother, right? He's watching someone he loves stay faithful. He sees submission to something that hurt her. And I get why that would feel like that. Honestly, I do. Because if you don't understand suffering, faith can look like blindness to someone like Maynard. Man. All right, let's run this little bit of verse back.
So many ways to me to show you how your dog has abandoned you. Christ to your God. Never cease all the freedom. Never stray, never break, never even though he's the one who did this to you. Never thought to question why. Not like you killed someone. It's not like you drove a spiteful spirit to his side. Trust in Jesus Christ as if he knows the reasons why. He did it all for you.
Oh my. I just want to point out the fact that in the beginning, when he was referring to his mom, I don't even think Maynard was singing at that time, but when the gentleman here with the long hair was singing, when he referred to his mother for a quick lyric or so, they showed the legs, not in a promiscuous way, just he was referring to a woman, and then they showed a woman's heels, legs, and specific that they only show that because that's not important to the video, but it is important to the lyrics. And I just thought that was some key symbolism that I thought was pretty neat. Let's look at these lyrics that he just spewed. These are some intense lyrics. So many ways for me to show you how your dogma has abandoned you. Pray to your Christ, to your God. Never taste of the fruit. You never stray. You never break. Never choke on a lie, even though he's the one who did this to you. Never thought to question why. Maynard is so powerful with his mind. I was going to say his lyrics, but it's just the way his mind works is what makes it. And you know what? And this is where I feel like this is where everything changes because, okay, we have to take something into account here, right? That I feel like completely reframes this entire song. I was going to go in a different direction with it, but like he was 11 years old. Let's go back to Jimmy. He was 11 years old. That's not a small detail. That's everything, right? Because at 11, you don't have emotional tools. You don't understand suffering. You don't understand death. You definitely don't understand God, faith, purpose, or eternity. So what do? You react like a child, right? Because you are a child, an innocent child at that, right? And he's saying this isn't fair. Why would this happen? who allowed this? And if God is part of your environment, now he becomes the target for someone like Maynard, right? And when you really sit with that, right, with just that whole idea, this isn't just a grown man attacking faith. This is a child, really. This is a child who experienced something too early and never fully had the chance to process it. He didn't have a fair shot to process it. So now when we connect that to Jimmy and everything we heard there, because we just heard that, right? In Jimmy, he's going back to that, he kept repeating 11, 11. He's going back to that 11-year-old version of himself. That version of him is frozen in that moment. He's trying to guide him, heal him, and make sense of it all, right? But here now in Judith, you're hearing the raw anger of that same 11-year-old just expressed through an adult voice at this point. And my bad. And I feel like that right there, that changes how you should hear this song, I think. Because now it's not just anger, it's unresolved pain that grew up with him, right? And this you know what? This distinguished comparison matters because, for instance, losing a parent at 50 while your mother's, 80 years old, 70 something years old, whatever, right? There's pain, yes, right? There's pain in that. There's hurt, right? But also there's understanding there too. There's understanding. There's some level of peace, especially if we take his mother into account. Someone who died believing she was going somewhere much more peaceful and serene after this. So no matter what her physical torment she was dealing with, the pain she was dealing with, the feelings she never got to feel again for those 10,000 days, right? The paralyze, like all of that didn't equate to what she knew her story was going to be after this. And he beautifully honors that belief of her. He honors it. He doesn't call it stupid. He doesn't really call it blindness, because he's nowhere near going to insult his mother or her faith. And I love that for him, right? I love that for the record. And even if it hurts, even at 50, you understand life a lot better than an 11-year-old, right? But losing a parent or losing them functionally at 11, I mean, damn, that's confusion. There's shock there. That's unresolved emotions. It's a long list. And I think that difference is everything, man. That difference is everything, because one is processed grief. The other is unprocessed trauma that grows with you. So when he's saying all of this, like in my mind, like we're not hearing a rebel, right? We're not hearing a rebel. It's not the voice of the rebellion. It's not what that is. No matter how he dresses it in this video and all of that, right? We're hearing a moment in time that never got resolved. And that deserves to be understood, not dismissed. Not dismissed. Talk to Jesus Christ as if he knows the reason, as if he knows the reasons why he says. So at the end of this, you don't feel like he found peace. You don't feel like he found peace. You don't feel like he's still asking, actually you do feel like you feel like he's still asking, the same question. He's just louder now. And that's why I feel like that's what makes this all powerful, because it's not polished, it's not resolved, it's real, it's valid, but now knowing what we know, right? Knowing where this comes from and the connection from Jimmy to Judith, knowing what he went through, all the trauma, I'm just listening and I'm just more invested now, more invested into the story. I can't wait to get to Wings for Marie. I think I'm going to do Wings for Marie part 1 and 2 together. It might be a long reaction, but hey, if it's 45 minutes to 50 minutes, then so be it. The real Tool fans will watch it. It's not about the numbers. It's cool that numbers come with Tool. I get that. But for those who are on the Patreon, for those who are with me, those who watch every Tool reaction I've done, I think you'll understand that I'm more about the numbers in the community than the numbers on the account, because I don't get to monetize any of this at all, but it does get funneled to the Patreon, and we're very personal there, and there's a lot of tool members who I have direct conversations with, and I love the insight they give me, and I really love this community, honestly, and I just hope we can grow it, obviously. But I think Wings for Marie Part 1 and 2, I think I'm going to do them together, and I don't really care how long it is. Shout out to all the Tool fans. Perfect Circle, I can't wait to get back into that catalog as well. And I just know that Wings for Marie Part 1 and 2, it's going to get deep. It's going to get deep. And apologize if I just did too much talking or whatever. I'm going to let the song finish out. This is emotional. I'm sure you can understand. It was a little emotional for me, a little bit of a shock. But yeah, let's finish this. Let's finish this out. We still got another good minute. Let's run it back a little bit. Wow. I like this video. Oh, I love this. That was heavy. That was heavy. Catch us on the next one, man. Wings for Marie, parts 1 and 2. We out.